Now this is the way it is stock. These are lined up perfectly, just like that, when you have your engine at top dead center, and then you have one dot on each cam lobe, or cam sprocket, up, intake lobe pointing backwards, exhaust lobe pointing forward. Now after you've got that timing mark down here lined up, timing marks, your punch marks here lined up the way they're supposed to be, what you're going to need to do is need to get yourself an 8mm wrench and pop these 2 bolts out here. This is your cam chain tensioner. What you want to do is you want to pull the tensioner, undo those bolts, and carefully pull the tensioner out. Be careful not to lose the O-ring that's in there. And then after you do that, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to remove these 4 bolts here on the front, the cam lobes closest to the front. When you remove this, you want to be very, very careful, because there is a retainer clip inside there that can possibly fall down in with your cam chain down to the lower end part of your engine here, and it's a real pain to get it out because it could be stuck anywhere inside this area of your engine. So you want to be very careful when pulling this off. Sometimes that little clip will stick to this cam lobe holder. Sometimes it will stick on the bearing that's right underneath here. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to loosen up these bolts here. I'm going to get this all loosened up, and I'm going to show you how to take those off. Alright, now we've gotten the bolts loose back here. We just cracked them loose. What you want to do is get a 10mm socket or something, and you want to break loose this bolt. Wrench, socket, or whatever. You want to break loose this bolt before you get it all the way off. Just break it loose, that's it. After you get it broke loose, then you can go ahead and remove both bolts. I've already taken out one. When you pull it out, yours won't look like this. Yours will actually, this part right here will stick out. Alright, now that you've gotten the cam chain tensioner off, you want to take off the cam holder. And you want to take it off very carefully. Make sure these are all loose. So you actually, just like that. When you loosen them in a cross pattern. Carefully pull this up. There's going to be a retainer clip right here on the bearing. It's right underneath. Sometimes it comes up with the holder. As you can see there's a groove where it goes in. Sometimes it's stuck in this side. Sometimes it's still on the bearing. You want to be careful when you take this off that does not fall down inside your cam chain area. What I do is I leave my bolts in this part so that way I know right where they were. And I just set this aside. Then you can reach down here, grab this little clip. You see it's like a half moon clip. I take it off and I set it aside so that way I know exactly the way I took it off. So I'm going to set it aside over here. And now that we have that done, we're going to go back. And as you see here, we got some chain slack now. Make sure you're still at top dead center on that one mark that you got lined up to get the 2 dots lined up. And now what you're going to do is you want to basically try and get this chain top one tooth. You want to rotate the exhaust cam back one tooth without moving your intake cam at all. And what we're going to do is we're going to try and do that now. As you can see, the cam comes loose real easy. Okay, that should work. Alright, as you can see, I'm going to lift the cam up a little to get some more slack on the chain. And all I am going to do is try and rotate this clockwise, one tooth. Now, it is a little bit of a pain to do, Make sure that your chain does not slip on the intake side. So all you do is just slide it one tooth over, and there we go. Got it slid one tooth. And you just slide your exhaust cam back down. Alright, and as you see here, our intake cam is still, dot's still lined up with the top of the cylinder here. And if you look over here now, the exhaust cam, the exhaust is actually up now. As you see. You can see there. And that there is the cam mod. Now after you get that looking like that, make sure, again, check top dead center. It's still at that mark that you got these two lined up with matting surface. And then check and make sure that looks to be one tooth up. And it does. If you look there, it is one tooth up. So we know that the cam mod's done. All you have to do now is put your clip back in on your bearing. Right back in on your bearing. Put your cam holder right back down on there. And tighten her back down a little at a time in a cross pattern. Once you get it all tightened down, make sure you torque it to specs. I will post the specs right here at the bottom of this section of video, what the actual foot-pounds for these bolts are. Now, what I'm going to show you here is your cam chain tensioner. Now, what you're going to want to do is you want to remove this bolt. Oop, dropped it on the ground. It's okay. Get yourself really small flathead screwdriver. I'm going to situate my camera again so that way I can have two hands. And this is actually what your adjuster will look like when you pull it out. It'll be sticking out like this. What you're going to do is inside here there is a small flathead type thing. Take your flathead screwdriver and you're going to screw this in. While you're screwing in, push with your finger on this, on the plunger part. You're going to keep twisting it in. Once you feel it bottom out, just give it a little extra and it should feel like it's snugged. Once you do, that's what your adjuster will look like. Then what you're gonna, when you get it like that and you go to put it back on, all you do, the adjuster is marked up on one's part, so you'll just put that back in. Line up your bolts, tighten these down to torque. Exactly what their torque specs will be. Again, I'll post them right here at the bottom. And take your flathead screwdriver. All you have to do is get your flathead screwdriver, put it in there, and loosen that back up. You don't have to get it real tight when you tighten it up to keep it from spinning, but once you loosen it, you pull your screwdriver out, and it will actually pop back out. Your adjuster will pop out like it did here, and put the tension back on the cam chain. Just put everything back on the same way you took it off. Make sure all your wires are hooked back up, spark plugs back in it, put your caps back on down here. Once you get all that done, you're all set, ready to ride with the cam mod done on your YFZ450. So this is Tooextrememx. Hope this helped. Some of the people that wanted something a little bit more detailed. If it did, please rate the video, subscribe to my channel. I will be posting more how-to videos on other things. I have a few other videos I'm working on right now. I should be posting them up shortly. I hope this helped, and have fun riding.